Okay, Sudan. Let's talk about it. You've probably been seeing comments everywhere, and that's for good reason, because reports say that around 2,000 people have been killed in just 48 hours. And they say that these are executions. These are killings of unarmed men and women, which is a war crime under international law. There is bloodstains so large that they can be seen from satellite imagery from space. You see, there's been a civil war in Sudan for over 2 years between a military group called the Rapid Support Forces, the RSF, and the Sudanese National Army. And there is a city in Sudan called Al-Fashir, and that city has been under siege, has been surrounded by RSF forces for hundreds of days. But this week, that city finally fell. The Sudanese army withdrew and the RSF forces went in. Now, since then, this is why you're seeing a lot of stuff from Sudan recently. There has been a huge amount of evidence online in the form of videos and reports that show systematic killings of civilians and many other atrocities. We're talking house-to-house executions, sexual violence, and indiscriminate attacks. In fact, according to figures from the World Health Organization, a staggering 460 people were reportedly killed at a hospital, including patients and staff. But to make matters even worse, humanitarian organizations say that there's around 250,000 people still stuck in the city trying to get out. Even before Al-Fashir fell, the UN and many other NGOs said that Sudan was facing the worst humanitarian crisis in the world and the world's largest displacement crisis. But now, that could be on a whole other level. Those civilians left, they face violence, disease, starvation, and little to no healthcare. Now, the RSF, they do claim that they are providing safe corridor for civilians to leave the area, but the UN and many other human rights organizations, they say otherwise. And here's the part that makes people especially worried when they're seeing this, because there is a precedent for this, and it is horrifying. Roughly 20 years ago, Arab militia known as the Janjaweed committed genocide against ethnic Africans. And here's the thing, the RSF, the ones that are now in control of Al-Fashir, that is a group that emerged from Janjaweed. So what happens now? No one knows, but the situation is bleak. So I'll keep you guys updated as the situation develops.
This is UAE, the United Arab Emirates, a city that is known for gold. There is a lot of gold in UAE. You can see through the TikTok and anywhere. UAE is one of the richest countries. But what many people do not know is that UAE is about 90% desert. Only 1% of the land is fertile. And it is now coming out where they get all this gold that you are seeing is from Sudan. The UAE has to put Sudan to the pocket, eliminate all the ethnic Africans, all the Africans, and ensure that Sudan is ruled by the Arabs. From the videos you can see, there are a lot of tanks, a lot of missiles, a lot of guns, and all the weapons, and they are controlled by Arabs. The UAE created the RSF, the Rapid Support Forces, so that they can put Sudan into the pocket because Sudan has a lot of gold. And all this gold that you are seeing is supplied to the UAE from Sudan by the RSF. And that is why many people are saying that RSF is being funded by UAE. Even from the videos that have been posted by big social media platforms, you can see people like Abalulu, an Arab who is unaliving native Africans, so that they can take the whole of Sudan, control it, take the gold from Sudan, and also ensure that Sudan is their food basket, because there is no fertile land in UAE. And that is why many Africans are saying that there must be justice for the people of Sudan, because this is ethnic cleansing.
Major breaking news. Finally, the senior of RSF, executors of the Sudan, have been arrested. Abu Lulu. My fellow Africans, who gonna buy this play game? We are past this era. And if really you went ahead and arrested this man, Abu Lulu, you need to hand him to the International Criminal Court and face repercussion against the crime against humanity. This is a life sentence imprisonment. This is the same man who came live on camera saying, and I quote, he has actually executed a lot of the Sudanese and he has even lost count. He needed to start again. And you're telling us you've arrested him? So the RSF went ahead and arrested their fellow RSF. We are not buying this play game. And mind you, to all who think that this is civil war, this is not civil war. This is ethnic cleansing. Why only black Sudanese? Why? To my fellow Muslim brothers who are into this massacre, wallahi, Allah will not forgive you. Baby, in Sudan, mafi akil, mafi moya, mafi mustashfa, baden into lusali, ufikra, Allah will isma, na mafi. Untulukur, Satan, okay? You should stop this. Africans, we are tired. We need peace. Free Sudan.
I made a video saying Somali is complicit of what's happening in Sudan right now. And the responses I got wasn't too shocking. Some people genuinely didn't know what's happening, which is okay. Some claimed I was clout chasing, and some started pointing fingers, saying it's Puntland and not Somalia. Now let me get to the points why I said what I said. We all know the UAE is funding the RSF, which is committing a genocide in Sudan. But the question I need you to ask yourself is, how is this funding happening? Well, I will tell you. Multiple credible sources have come and alleged that Bosaso in Puntland has been used as a transit hub by UAE-linked operations that supplies the Sudan's RSF. A guy that goes by the name Abdullahi has come out on 31st October and spoke to the Middle East Eye, saying what happens in Bosaso airport. You can pause and read this. He basically said there are frequent aircrafts that come to Bosaso airport and the logistics are transferred immediately to another standby aircraft and its destination being Sudan. What are they transferring? Weapons and mercenaries, specifically Colombian mercenaries. Okay, then let's say you don't want to believe that. Take a look at this letter written by the Republic of Sudan to the United Nations. You can pause and read this. Number 3 here, Sudan confirms there are Colombian mercenaries taking part in this genocide. But how do they come to Sudan is the question. You go ahead and talk about it. The mercenaries were flown from the UAE to Bosaso, Puntland, and then onward to Benghazi, Libya, under the supervision of officers aligned with General Khalifa Haftar. From there, they were moved across the Sahara, via Chad into Sudan. Remember, this letter was written by the Republic of Sudan to the United Nations. To even go ahead and prove it more, here we see Colombian mercenaries present in Puntland, where they were celebrating them actually training 500 askar or Idama Puntland Kamide. You can argue that this is all allegedly, but they say where there is smoke, there is fire. And Bosaso has a lot of smoke. Deni, Berro, Hassan Sheikh are all complicit in this. They do not represent the people of Somalia. UAE is using the same game to divide Somalia that they did in Sudan already. And I think if this continues in the next coming years, we will be in the same situation Sudan is. As the people of Somalia, we stand with Sudan, free Sudan, from the shackles of these devils. hadda qof Soomaali tahay Idris Bebe page-kiisa aad soo fiir wuxuu soo dhigay arrintan sa u fahantid. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best, and hopefully inshallah Ilaahi haanoo gargaar dhammaanteen.
لا تظلمن إذا ما كنت مقتدرا والظلم آخره يفضي إلى الندم واحذر أخي من المظلوم دعوته لا تأخذنك سهام الليل في الظلم تنام عيناك والمظلوم منتبه يدعو عليك وعين الله لم تنم.
So hi guys, I'm here to bring awareness on what is happening in Sudan. So a group called RSF, they are taking over several cities in Sudan and so many people have been killed. The recent report is that over 2,000 people have been killed in Sudan and they're just assassinating people. There's a clip I saw of a woman with 3 young children and they were just hiding from gunshots and everything. People are being hung, women are being raped, and if any man tries to go against it, why are you raping women, why are you molesting women, why are you doing this to women, they're being shot dead. There's a power struggle ongoing, and the saddest part is that history will forever remember Kenya being part of it. And not because of Kenyans being bad or us being bad people or us doing anything. Is the fact that there is someone who funded or is linked to funding the armed forces in Sudan. He's linked to funding the RSF. All because of greed, money, whatever it is. I don't think it's fair because several generations will be lost. So many people are being killed. So if you see this video, kindly repost it, because what is happening there is brutal. It's a ongoing genocide and no one is talking about it. No one on the mainstream media. I need this to get out there, even if you share it to anyone, because it is very sad and it is very unfortunate. So, free Sudan.
Breaking news. Now we can confirm that over 761 Sudanese citizens waliuliwa kwa Hosi. It is the right time as Africa tusimame pamoja. Tusijue Msomalia, Msudan, Mrwanda ama nani. We should stand as African. Remember, hizo mipaka zenye mnaona na mnakuwa na nia sisi ni wa Kenya zilichorwa na wazungu.
Manze, tuongelele Sudan. Najua mmekuwa mnaona clips, mmekuwa mkiona videos, pictures all over in Sudan. Kuna hii region inaitwa El Fasher ama ni El Fasher, sorry. Ini once a vibrant capital pale hivyo North Darfur. Saizi imefall into the hands of RSF, our Rapid Support Forces. Jua hivi asa wameplant hiyo city into one of the most catastrophic chapters kwa hii country's war. So kwa hii 500-day siege, watu wamenyimwa food. Unaona? Yani kunyimwa chakula, mtu wangu, unafusiwa kunyimwa chakula jo. Watu wamenyimwa maji, watu wamenyimwa medical supplies. So unapata RSF fighters wenye walistorm city. Unaona, walitouch neighborhoods, manze, wamezichoma mtu wangu, wamechoma kila kitu. Shelling hadi hospital wamezishell jo. Alafu piga hesabu, in less than 48 hours wameua 2,000 civilians. Bodies zimescatter everywhere kwa hiyo city ya El Fasher. Kumekuwa na hii university hapa USA wamepiga satellite picture kwa hiyo city. Manze, blood kila mahali jo. So hii buda, hii ni cleansing nyingine wazimu sana. Hebu piga hesabu, 150,000 people have been killed since this war started. Na 12 million people wamekuwa displaced. Shockingly, African Union wamenyamaza. African presidents wote wamenyamaza jo. The world is quiet. Hapo sasa ndio ujue sasa manze kwa Afrika ni ngumu jo. So saizi jua hiyo city ya El Fasher is now entirely cut off from the outside.